All right, it's time to get serious. I'm gonna take you through the chest, triceps, and calves workout from phase 1, microcycle 1. So that's gonna be 12 to 15 reps per set. Now remember, different microcycles, you're gonna be changing up the reps, and through different phases, you're also gonna change up some of the exercises. So always check the workouts on the page below. Now let's get into our first exercise, the bench press. So again, our first exercise is the bench press. Now I typically recommend you do your warm-up sets just on the first exercise. Once you've warmed up that muscle group, there's no real point in doing other warm-up sets. It'll only zap your strength. I like to keep my warm-up sets fairly light, and I like to do the exercise fairly quick with explosive reps. That way you're also warming up those fast twitch muscle fibers, which you're gonna need to maximize your muscle strength. Another tip I recommend is listening to your favorite music. One study I did with the WITA research group found that when trained bodybuilders listened to their preferred music during workouts, they were significantly stronger on all sets of the exercises. Also be sure you've either had your pre-workout shake or you have your shake with you. One trick that I like to do is combine all my pre-workout and post-workout ingredients into one huge shaker cup. I drink a little bit before the workout and then I sip on it throughout the workout. And then I pound the remaining about a third to half right as the workout's over. And that's when I also take my fast digesting carbs. Now during microcycle 1, when you're doing 12 to 15 reps per set, the weights you're using are fairly light. So one warm-up set should suffice. As you go through the microcycles and the weight gets heavier, you're gonna need a few more warm-ups to get you at your workout weight. You'll wanna give yourself about 2 to 3 minutes of rest from your first warm-up set to your actual working set. Now let's get into our first working set. The first exercise for each muscle group is the one you're gonna use to mark your strength throughout the entire 12-week program. So for chest, it's the bench press. Make sure you mark down the weight you use and the reps you complete on each set. Having a spotter through all 4 sets isn't critical. I typically know right about when I'm close to failure, so I'll rack the weight then. However, on the last set, remember you're going to absolute failure, plus you're adding that rest pause set. It's really not critical that you hit your working weight on the very first set. You can always adjust. Because that was a bit light for me, I'm gonna increase my weight by about 20 pounds total, and that should get me right in that 12 to 15 rep range. All right, I'm on set number 4, the bench press. That's the last set, and remember, during microcycles 1 and 2, on the very last set of each exercise, you're gonna do a rest pause. So it's critical that you have a spotter. Microcycles 3 and 4, you're gonna be doing drop sets. Again, probably gonna need a spotter to not only help you lift the weight, but to maximize your speed at dropping the weight during the drop set. All right, we're on to the second exercise of the chest workout. So it's incline barbell press. Now we're down to just 3 sets per exercise, but still remember you're gonna do that rest pause in the very last set. All right, we're on to the third exercise for chest, incline dumbbell fly. I just completed the incline bench press. Now, in most gyms, the incline bench press is set at about a 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle allows you to focus a little more on the upper pecs, but it also involves a lot of the front delt. So, a little trick I like to do is when I get over to the incline dumbbell fly, just to remove more off of the front delt to place more on the upper pecs, and also hit the chest muscle fibers a little differently. Is I like to drop the incline. I like to bring it down closer to a 30-degree angle, even a little lower. All right, I'm on the last set of incline dumbbell flies. So again, we're gonna finish with, once we hit muscle failure, finish with one rest pause set. With the 2 bench press exercises that we started the workout with, it's critical to have a spotter for these sets. With dumbbell flies, it's not so important because once you hit failure, it's easy to set the dumbbells down on your own and then start again. Now we're on the last set for chest. We're gonna do cable crossover from a high pulley. This exercise will hit the lower pecs as well as the outer from the stretch you get at the top, and even the inner pecs, because you're bringing your hands together, you get continuous tension from the cables. Some of you will notice that we did 2 multi-joint exercises at the start, the bench press, the incline bench press, and then we moved on to 2 single joint exercises, incline dumbbell flies, and now cable crossovers. On those single joint exercises, one of the things I recommend is you try to stay towards the higher end of that rep range. So with microcycle 1, you want to try to be getting 15 reps, or at least close. We're done with chest, on to triceps. We're gonna start with triceps press down. Now, one tip I have for you on the triceps press down is do not wrap your thumb under the bar when you do tricep press downs. What happens a lot of times is people wrap their hands, their thumbs under the bar, and then when they press down holding the bar in their fingers, puts a lot of stress on the wrist, and it actually makes you weaker. A good tip is to keep your thumb over the top. This way you're pressing with your palms. You'll be a lot stronger and it'll place more focus directly in the triceps. And we're on to the second exercise for triceps, which is not close grip bench press. Even though I'm on the flat bench, we're actually going to be doing lying triceps extensions, or what a lot of you guys call skull crushers. Now, most of you will do this on an open flat bench, but that means you have to either lift the bar and then get into setup on the bench, holding the weight, or you need somebody to hand the bar to you. I've got a solution. Whether you train alone or even if you train with a partner, that's much better because the weight's already wrapped. I'm not going to be facing this way because if I do that, I'm going to bump into the rack on the way down. So we're going to flip around and actually do it from this position. Okay, we're into the 7th exercise of the workout. This is the last exercise for triceps, doing the triceps overhead extension. A lot of you guys are used to doing it from a high pulley like this, which is fine. It does place a stretch on the arms. The point being to work the long head of the triceps, which is the back part of the tricep muscle. However, to really maximize emphasis on the long head of the triceps, you need to maximize the stretch you place. The more you bring your arms overhead, the greater the stretch on the long head. So a trick that I do is to do this exercise by lowering the pulley which, as you'll see, is going to give more of a stretch. We're going to finish this workout with calves, starting with the standing calf raise. Now with calves, during microcycle 1, we're going to be shooting for reps in the 25 to 30 rep range. And the reason for that is that calves are a muscle group that tend to do better with higher reps. We'll still drop each week as we progress through microcycles, but we'll be starting a little higher and ending a little higher. Now if your gym doesn't have a typical standing calf raise, you can modify the standing calf raise. I'm using a squat machine. You can also do this in the Smith machine. Just place a block in the Smith machine to raise your heels up. You want to make sure to get a good stretch on the calves in the down position. All right, we're finally at the last exercise for not only calves, but the entire workout, number 1. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty glad that we're there. This is an effective workout, but it is a tough one. So again, seated calf raises are going to be the final exercise. We're shooting for 25 to 30 reps per set, 4 sets total. All right, my calves are on fire, but we're finally at the last set of seated calf raises and the last set of the workout. All right, that was the chest, triceps, and calves workout from my Shortcut to Size program. I've got my protein shake along with branched chain amino acids, creatine, beta-alanine, betaine, my fast digesting carbs. For more on why you want to take these immediately after the workout, check out the video on supplementation. Be sure to check out all the other content for the Shortcut to Size program here at bodybuilding.com.